are you doing, step bro?
What's going on, YouTube? Song name? Here you go, buddy. Oh, God, why am I wearing slippers? This is awkward now. It's cracking, everybody. What's going on, Aaron Walls? No hot tub? Don't worry, we will be discussing hot tubs. Conte Verano, thanks for the super chat, bro. Appreciate the $3. Where are the cat ears? Ah, you're right. All right, that's enough vibes. I don't know how long to keep a preview or anything going. But hey, welcome to the slightly new and improved Shpodcast. And by new and improved, I mean sort of what I thought it would be when I originally thought of the idea of doing a Shpodcast. So I'm gonna do sort of like a cringe intro for like the audio listeners, because I haven't started recording for the audio listeners yet. But the main idea is this: basically, if everything goes well, we should be able to do a Shpodcast every week. The problem is that it gets a little bit difficult to do a Shpodcast every week with like its own topics because we go for so long. Did the background die? Oh no. Oh, I don't have loop selected. There we go. Easy fix. Easy fix. Tits or ass? Ass. I don't know why that's even a question. So, I've got a few topics that I want to talk about, and I figure basically we just treat the weekly Shpodcast sort of like a recap of everything that's going on the internet. So I'm going to do an intro for the audio listeners, and then I'm going to jump into explaining what the Shpodcast is probably going to be going forward, because that's I guess everybody could sort of use that usefulness. So that was a word, right? Right, guys? That was a word. Anyway. What's going on, guys? And welcome back to the Shpodcast. As always, I am your host, SumitoMedia, joined today by my co-host, Alex. No, Alex actually has midterm, so he's not here for this one. We're doing a solo episode, which is odd because I've never done a solo episode before. If you're listening on the audio, I am currently live on my YouTube. I have a chat in front of me, so you might occasionally hear me read out some alerts and what have you. It's from the live YouTube chat, which if I don't mess up, should be going live basically every Friday at like 2 or 3 p.m. Eastern Standard, so you guys can check that out. But if you guys haven't seen from the title of today's episode, there's a few things that we can talk about. A new meta that's happening on Twitch that isn't actually all that new of a meta, that I feel might take a little bit of analysis. But basically, I wanted to talk about what we are doing live on the Shpodcast. So originally, I wanted to do the Shpodcast live because I figured YouTube likes when you go live on your YouTube channel, but I didn't really want to play games or anything there because Twitch exists, and when you don't make your YouTube doing video games, it doesn't really, you can't really just randomly start playing video games live on your YouTube channel. So the better thing to do is to go live and just sort of like talk to your chat and what have you, and I was like, oh, this sounds like a perfect excuse to bust out the old chat-a-rooney and talk about some internet stuff. So I figured we'd do that. So ideally, we do this every Friday. Ideally, we hop on, talk about what's going on the internet. And because we have the live chat, we can get live feedback on how everybody feels about stuff. The main thing to take a look at this week is actually going to be the hot tub meta that's happening on Twitch. If you guys aren't familiar, I think I could pull it up right now, honestly. So basically, if you go to twitch.com, or is it twitch.com? Twitch.tv. If you go to twitch.tv, and I think I have a button for this, right? Shaboom, look at that. So if you go to twitch.tv and you go into the just chatting category, which is sort of the category that you hang out in if you're not playing anything, which I think, here we go, the just chatting category. At some point, you are going to bump into somebody doing a hot tub stream. We've got Lay Now New here doing a hot tub stream. And basically, it's sort of like a countermeasure for Twitch's rules. Yo, Corey Jeffrey, thanks for the $5, bro.
What are you doing, step bro?
I do not know why that alert is so loud. I'll fix it later. But basically, yo, McAllen, thanks for the other $5. So basically what's happening, I might need to mute alerts for this, actually. Basically what's happening, alert. So basically what's happening.
What are you doing, step bro?
Or I can just not know how to mute alerts. So basically what's happening is Twitch has set in rules in order to prevent people from just doing streams half naked. That's basically what their goal has been. They have had issues in the past with things like body painting streams, stretching yoga streams.
What are you doing,
Yo, Conte,
step
thanks for the
bro?
$5, bro. Basically, they've had issues where they haven't been able to prevent people from being half naked on their platform. They've done their best to try to stop it. in that they have
What are you doing, stepbro?
in that they have put in rules that basically say you have to be appropriately dressed, right? And they left it sort of vague. Basically, like you can't say, hey, you can't have cleavage, right? They can't say that for the entirety of the platform. They can't say, you're not allowed to have big boobs, right? Because, girls have big boobs. You can't do anything about big boobs. But it was becoming problematic because so many people were just like, they weren't even playing games. Like, they were literally just showing off the fact that they had a rack. Every time somebody would sub or donate, they'd have like a whiteboard behind them. If you guys are watching on the live stream, you can see the whiteboard behind her. And every time you donate $20 or anything along those lines, they would basically, they'd get up, they'd turn around, they'd show off their ass. Usually you can see, like, you have things here, right? Every sub or every 500 bits gets a spin on the wheel, and you can see she can add cat ears, which, now that I think about it, they're not all that different from me, am I? Something's happening. Somebody's getting added to the whiteboard. Oh, look at that. She gets to spin the wheel. Does she spin it while sitting in the tub? No, she gets off and shows off that lovely OnlyFans while spinning the wheel. Oh, somebody got bunny ears. Looks like she's going to put on bunny ears. And this is what circumvents the rules, right? So, originally there were massive issues with people that were getting upset because so many female streamers were basically just I can probably switch back to the face cam. Basically, so many female streamers were basically just spending their time half naked on camera, or body painting with their nipples visible, or just wearing a thong under see-through leggings, and just using any excuse to show off their ass and tits as much as possible. So Twitch felt the need to step in and do their best to try and limit this, right, by making it was a attire policy, Twitch attire policy, which they update on our nudity and attire policy, right? So this is I'm running out of buttons. I don't remember what button it is for me to get back to my face. Here we go. Sorry. You'd think I'd be a professional live streamer at this point, but I'm just not. So Twitch's update to their nudity and attire policy. This was April 7th of 2020, and this was specifically in reference to people who were doing streams where they were just doing hot yoga in nothing but a sports bra and, ass cheeks out, sort of everything that falls under that, guys. This was meant to address. And you can see that they reiterate that they're not allowed to modify any video games to show nudity. You're not allowed to show nudity in or outside of a video game. But they also made it so that their updated nudity and attire policy stated that they needed to be adequately dressed. I can read it out right here, actually. So the standard guidelines: for those who present as women, we ask that you cover your nipples. We do not permit underexposed underbust. We do not permit exposed underbust. Cleavage is unrestricted as long as those cover requirements are met. So you can't have too much under boob. You can have as much over boob as you want to. They don't address side boob, which I feel like they're not appreciating the side boob. Are people not as turned on by side boobs? Are advertisers not as upset about side boobs? Yo, Adia Menon, thanks for the 100. I don't know what currency that is. I'm going to pretend that it's Chinese wongs. Thanks for the 100 Chinese wongs, bro. Appreciate it, my guy. So basically there. And they give a bunch of contextual examples. So IRL streamers engaging in IRL streaming must follow body coverage expectations. Those passing through the background of your stream are not held to the same dress code. So this is basically if somebody runs up behind you in a bikini and you're at a bar or something, it won't get you in trouble. Although I do think you still get in trouble if somebody like flashes the camera.
What are you doing, stepbro?
Jesus, I gotta fix that alert. Basically, it was meant to try and address a lot of the issues that they had. There's 4 sections here: context transitions, body art, swim and beaches, and IRL streaming. Now, the main one we want to pay attention to here is the swim and beaches, concerts, and festivals. The first sentence here: swimwear is permitted as long as it completely covers the genitals, and those who present as women also cover their nipples. Okay? And sheer or partially see-through swimwear does not constitute coverage. Coverage must be full even when wet. But the key thing here, and I don't understand why it's not being written here, is that you can't be wearing a bikini outside of the appropriate context. So you can't just be wearing a bikini in your living room. But, right, here's the big but, you're allowed to wear a bikini in an appropriate context, which means if you're in a hot tub, you are allowed to wear a bikini. Okay? And that's what's made this sort of as popular as it is. Now, all the girls who are, basically they're promoting their OnlyFans. Like that's the main reason that you do this, right? Is because you want to promote your OnlyFans. But the girls who are doing this have found this way to sort of circumvent wearing bikinis, showing off their bodies on Twitch, which is something they've tried to sort of put a stand up against, by just being in a hot tub. Does it matter that the hot tub is just an inflatable kiddie pool? No. Does it matter that they're not outside in water? They're just in their living room, slightly wet? Nope. None of that matters. All that matters is that they're in a contextually appropriate place to be wearing a bikini, and therefore they are wearing a bikini. If you think about it, it's pretty fucking five-head. Really. It's pretty fucking five-head. It's a very, very high-quality way to circumvent the ability to not show off your under boob. And again, I will reiterate, I don't know why there aren't rules against the side boob, okay? Now, where does this become a problem? Why are so many people talking about it, right? So I've explained sort of what the hot tub meta is. Now, this is just one streamer that we're looking at here. We can scroll through just chatting, and we can find several streamers that are doing hot tub streams. This is an appropriate setting, right? If you're at a pool, right, you're allowed to be in a bikini. I will point out that this particular streamer is not in the pool, okay? She's standing pool adjacent. But again, the point is not, hey, guys, let's practice our backstrokes. The point is that's a very good play on words. That's a very good play on words. I hope you guys are appreciating this high-quality live content. The point is to be in a bikini, right? That's the whole point. I've even seen some streamers go as far as to change bikinis if you donate enough bits, which I think is extremely high quality. Is this what I think it is? Oh my God, this is actually a girl in a bikini doing a hot tub stream while simultaneously playing Raid Shadow Legends. This is the most big brain shit I have ever seen in my life. Holy shit, think of the ad revenue she must be bringing in. This is insane. Anyway, where does this become problematic? Why is everybody talking about this at this point, right? So basically, here's what's happening, okay? The reason that everybody's talking about this, the sort of incorrect reason that everybody's talking about this, right, is because of the same reason that people were up in arms about hot girls on Twitch back when yoga and body painting and all this stuff was a problem, right? Or was all talked about a year ago, right? The main issue is that, or the main... Not the issue, but the main talking point, right? The main reason that people are bitching about this, right, is because they feel like if 3,000 people are watching Lei Nanu in a bikini, if 20,000 people are watching girls in skimpy outfits doing Just Dance or in a hot tub, right, whatever it is, then that's less people who are watching them, right? It's other streamers who are like, hey, you know, how come they're getting away with showing off their bodies and raking in this many viewers? You know, I want that many viewers. And that's a very poor way of looking at things because it's just not true. The Coomers who are coming onto Twitch in order to watch hot tub streams and watch women show off their bodies, they're not the same viewers that are going to go and watch Ninja play Fortnite. They're not the viewers who are going to come into your CSGO lobby and watch you with 40 op shots. You know what I mean? They're not there for gameplay. They're Coomers. Right? If they weren't watching hot tub streams, they'd be watching a different female streamer with their tits out, or they'd be watching a hot yoga stream. Like they're not, or they'd be watching a VTuber. Like they're not going from simping to watching hardcore League of Legends gameplay. Like if you take away, you know, the objectifying streams, they're not suddenly going to become normal streamers on Twitch, right? So anybody who is a Twitch streamer and is getting upset about hot tub streams, because they think it's affecting their numbers, I don't believe is correct, right? I don't think that's the right way of looking at things. Anybody who is coming to Coom is not coming to meme around to watch you do speedruns, right? Where it is a problem is what it means for the overall platform of Twitch, right? So the reason that you don't want to have too much adult content, the reason that Twitch is trying to put some sort of stand against it, the reason why YouTube, for instance, is very specific about not having too much adult content or sexuality in your videos is because of ad rates, right? Once your website sort of becomes known for adult content, it only becomes known for adult content, right? So think of your Pornhubs and your YouPorns and your porn websites. They get very different ads than the sort of ads that you see on YouTube, right? And that's because advertisers like Raid Shadow Legends, NordVPN, or any of the ads that you see run on YouTube, they don't want to advertise on adult content because they just don't feel like there's the same conversion rate, right? They don't get as much money, they don't get as much bang for their buck. I hope you guys are appreciating these word plays. They're not getting as much bang for their buck as they would if they advertised on child-friendly platforms so that they can target people with families and what have you. If you end up in a situation where your platform has way too much adult content, you're going to be limited to adult ads, and you're going to be limited to an adult viewership, right? So, for instance, if Twitch were to become way too many hot tub streamers, and by way too many, I mean like 5, right? If there's 5 hot tub streamers and everybody's talking about these 5 hot tub streamers, it gets to a point where Twitch is known for the place for OnlyFans models to advertise themselves in a softcore way to then sell their hardcore pornography. It becomes very, very problematic because Twitch then becomes this sort of it becomes an adult platform, basically. It becomes no different than Pornhub, than YouPorn, than RedTube. It becomes no different than OnlyFans because if advertisers see it with adult content, they're going to treat it as if it has adult content, right? And if people see that Twitch has adult content, they're not going to let their kids go onto Twitch to watch video games because there's also porn there. You know what I mean? So it no longer becomes a safe platform. You completely, you put in danger the livelihood of anybody playing video games or doing anything like podcasts on Twitch or anything along those lines. You completely put that stuff in jeopardy by allowing super lewd content on the website, right? Devin Nash did a great video on this just the other day where he was explaining sort of like if he made an OnlyFans account and he only did it to like eat food or review clothes or something, he didn't post anything lewd, it wouldn't matter because by the nature of him having an OnlyFans, you're immediately going to assume that it's got something to do with adult content, right? You're going to assume that there's some sort of pornography going on. Like, why else would you be on OnlyFans, right? Because OnlyFans is known as an adult platform. And the danger comes in if Twitch doesn't do anything about, letting skimpy outfits or obviously sexualized content on their platform just run amok and become as big of a deal as it is, then the same thing can happen to Twitch, where it's like people might not want to stream onto Twitch. People might, advertisers might be pulling out of their advertising because they see that there's so much adult content on Twitch. There's all sorts of things that can happen that would be tremendously problematic for a platform that is supposed to be able to cater to children, right? You only need to be like 13 or 14 to stream to Twitch, right? There's kids playing Fortnite. There's kids watching Fortnite. I mean, think about the audience watching Ninja, the audience watching Tim the Tatman, and then their parents sort of coming in and going, oh, let me check out Twitch. And then they just see like unbelievable amounts of ass and titties, which is a sentence I'd like to be able to say as often as possible. It's a bad look, right? So that's the real issue with hot tub streamers on Twitch is if it becomes too much of a mecca for OnlyFans models to come and advertise their bodies, it becomes problematic for the overall health of the platform. It isn't so much what's wrong with girls showing off their bodies, what's wrong with OnlyFans models if they're following the terms of service. The issue is the terms of service. The issue is that Twitch doesn't want to take a hard stance against sort of being a haven for women to come and express themselves however they want to. They've always been relatively positive on girls showing off their cleavage and doing yoga and doing body painting, like anything that's pseudo softcore, they've always sort of been okay with and sort of given them their own category for just chatting or yoga or just dance and things like that. But I think the reason that this crosses a line is because nobody's doing these hot tub streams simply because like they think being in a hot tub is a great way to sort of hang out with their community, right? Nobody is thinking that changing their bikinis and showing off their ass cheeks is the best way for them to make money. Like, they're not even aiming to become a big Twitch streamer and bring in a bunch of money for Twitch. They really are just trying to get you to buy their OnlyFans, right? That's the case with 90% of these girls. Some of them might just be, whatever. I don't mind being in a bikini. I could do with the extra Twitch subs. Fuck it, let's do a hot tub stream as a celebration or as a meme, right? But the people who are in a hot tub every single day, they really are just aiming to get you to buy their OnlyFans. And if the main purpose of someone's stream is just to get you to pay money for their hardcore pornography, that's no longer in the terms of service, right? That's completely out of the realm of what should be allowed on Twitch. If Twitch's goal is to remain family-friendly in any capacity, right? If they even want to continue to allow people to play video games on their platform and get concurrent viewerships, like, the only real way that they're going to be able to do that is if they take a stance against hot tub streams. Like, make a hard, fast rule that's sort of like, hey, listen, cool it with showing off your body. You're fucking up the ad rates. This isn't going to be something we can make, like, legitimate rules against that make sense. Just cool it. We're just gonna ban you. Twitch probably isn't going to do that. I know that YouTube has taken very hard stances against anything that they feel like is advertising inappropriate. I mean, you guys have seen people like Leafy and people like I think Filthy Franks also had some videos taken down. Like, YouTube will just take down videos that, even if they're not technically violating terms of service, they feel like just looks bad for the platform. But Twitch just doesn't. Obviously, the other conversation that gets brought up with this is Twitch's very, very poor ability to be consistent with their bans. So Twitch has very often banned people for, like, seemingly no reason. Like, people have gotten banned for dumb shit. People have gotten banned for accidentally showing a picture of an ass cheek on Google Images while scrolling by. Toast got banned just the other week, I think. Disguised Toast got banned for playing a clip that, like, had the N-word or the F slur in it, and he got banned for that. But then, like, Pokimane has, like, pulled up Pornhub on her stream and only received a warning, right? They've had other streamers that have, like, literally spread their asshole on Twitch and received, like, a 3-day ban. And they've had other streamers that have done nowhere near that serious of a thing and have just received lifetime bans, or have gotten banned and have received no feedback about why they were banned. And obviously, anytime anything bad happens on Twitch, it rehashes that conversation, because it's like, yo, what is Twitch even doing? Like, Twitch is allowing this, and it's like, technically on the terms of service, technically they're following the rules, but overall it's going to be bad for the platform, obviously. Dimitri Monroe got banned and didn't get a reason for why. Exactly. I saw that, and I listened to a podcast. I think it's Gush. It's Glink and Slush's podcast. They had Dimitri Monroe on. And they were talking about how he got banned. He's not 100% sure, and that in and of itself is a problem, because Twitch doesn't always give you a legitimate reason, or any reason at all when you get banned. They just send you an automated email half the time. But they believe that it was due to some lewd fan art that was drawn of him. Like, not even something he did, not something he showed on stream, but the existence of nude art or lewd art of him. No, it wasn't even lewd art. He said that it was a one-piece bathing swimsuit. A fan art of him in a one-piece swimsuit. Evidently, from all the information and context he has, is what got him banned. Meanwhile, just looking at the front page of Just Chatting, right, there's 1, 2, 3, 4... In the first 5 rows, there's 4 2-piece swimsuits, even more lewd and real than anything that Dimitri Monroe had done, from his understanding, from what I've heard. It's problematic. Like I was saying, anytime that Twitch does something bad, they're going to rehash the issue of them just being very inconsistent with the way that they enforce the policies against anything, really. You can ask any Twitch streamer who's received a ban, and, 3 out of 10 times, it's not going to be something legitimate, or it's going to be something that just doesn't make any sense, right? They're not getting banned because they did something blatantly against terms of service. They got banned because they got reported, and whoever was checking, whatever moderator was checking the ban streams that day, decided that they were being just a little bit too edgy. So if you guys are watching this on YouTube after the live stream, feel free to leave comments down below as to how you feel about this meta. Do you think there is a good solution? Because while most people's knee-jerk reaction is going to be, why don't you just make a category for it? Why don't you just make it its own category, and then it isn't in the general audience's view? If I'm just looking for just chatting stream and I want to watch Hassan Abi, or I want to watch Kit Boga, or I want to watch Healthy Gamer GG, or I want to watch VTubers just chatting, why should I have to see this sort of sexualized content as I'm scrolling through? As a kid might be scrolling through and looking for, XQC or something. Why not give them their own category? But the problem becomes, whether or not it should be allowed on the platform. Because as we sort of talked about, and again, I think you guys should check out Devin Nash's video, his most recent video about hot tub streams. I think he goes over this much better. The main issue is what it means for the platform of Twitch. Because, as we said before, if it gets to a situation where Twitch just says, hey, it's completely fine for OnlyFans models to advertise their OnlyFans, to sell their hardcore pornography on our platform, it bodes poorly for the future of the platform as a family-friendly website. It means that it would become more adult-oriented. It's really going to limit the amount of ads that they could get. They would be limited to the sort of adult ads that they get from Pornhub, from RedTube. And if those are the kind of ads that bring in the money, do you want to become more adult-oriented and allow for more adult-oriented sponsors like Adam and Eve, more adult-oriented ads like what you would see running on porn websites? Or do you take a hard stance against it, which is obviously the correct method, because 99% of Twitch is not the sexualized content, but 99% of Twitch is going to be in jeopardy of getting worse ad rates, not being able to get younger viewers. Like, if it's too easy for you to bump into a hot tub stream, if it's too easy for there to be a nip slip, or for there to be massive ass cheeks on your screen, it becomes a difficult website for you to tell your mom that you stream on. It becomes a difficult website for you to tell young kids. Like, if I was completely family friendly, right, and I wanted to, and I had a young audience base. Let's say I had a young audience base on YouTube. Let's say I was a Fortnite YouTuber, and I wanted them to come and watch me live on Twitch. It would now become a little bit difficult because, they might see somebody else's Twitch stream recommended to them, right? They might see a hot tub stream recommended to them. Hey, Sumeto, I'm grounded for the next week because my mom says I was watching inappropriate content, but I was just trying to watch my favorite Fortnite streamer and got a face full of ass cheeks, This could be a real problem. And I think that's the real concern. I'm still not 100% sure if so few hot tub streamers are really going to be collapsing the entire Twitch ecosystem. But I do think it's a little bit overblown because so many people are sort of upset at the fact that they're getting so much viewership and feel like it's taking away from them. Again, I completely don't think that's true. Just like I didn't think it was true with the yoga streams and all that. If Coomers are wanting to watch girls stretch in bikinis, if you take that away from the platform, they're not going to randomly start watching you play video games, right? I don't think those numbers are going to translate. I do think the point that Devin Nash brought up about what it means for the platform of Twitch, if they allow this sort of adult content on it, I think that might be a real problem. That sort of does also tie into the reason that I'm sort of doing live Shpodcast, is because, you can't just rely on Twitch at all. You've seen people get banned for nothing. You've seen Twitch's sort of inconsistency with the way that they allow certain content and not allow another content. They very much seem to be giving preferential treatment to women on their platform. And as you guys know, I don't identify as a woman, unfortunately. So, I don't think I'm going to get that favoritism. So I've always wanted to live stream on YouTube. I don't think YouTube's the better platform. I think YouTube is the better platform for live streaming, right? I think it has just as good infrastructure. I think it needs better implementation of things like clips and emotes and what have you, but they're adding it, right? But I think that Twitch is the better platform for memes. You know, you don't have wide peepo happies on YouTube. You don't have Keck W's on YouTube. You just don't have the same memes. And because of that, there's this whole culture of live streaming that exists on Twitch, baiting people into memes, the reading the voices that you get for text to speech, like all the stuff that just sort of is a little bit different on YouTube, and as a result just isn't as memey, you know? But you can't just stream on Twitch. You can't just stream on Twitch. Unless you're already a massive streamer and making a lot of money, it would be very foolish of you to only stream on Twitch because of how clear they've made it that they will just ban people for any reason that they deem fit. And, you know, they don't need to justify it. They don't need to be consistent with it, right? They don't need to make you feel safe on the platform. And it's annoying. It's all these things compounding. Nobody really cares about hot tub streamers, right? If you want to be in a bikini and show off your tits, fucking love it, you know? Fucking love it. But it becomes problematic when it feels like somebody's getting a free pass and you're not, right? When you're playing Fortnite and you have to be careful not to say the F word because you heard that some Twitch streamer has been banned for saying the F word, right? And then you jump onto the just chatting section and you see, you know, ass and titties everywhere. And it's like, wait a second, you know, I've been banned for accidentally showing ass on Google Images, right? I've been banned for partial nudity or sexualization in a game or something, or making an off-colored joke, right? And then Twitch is just allowing this on just chatting. It feels bad, right? I can totally see why it feels bad for certain streamers. So that's sort of my stance on it. I don't think it's too bad for other streamers. I think if you want to be a hot tub streamer, if you want to be a hot girl on Twitch, be a hot girl on Twitch. It's hot girl summer after all, right? But I do think it's probably not good for the overall health of the platform. I do think the fact that so many people are up in arms about it is probably a little bit overblown, but I do think there is some justification there. I don't know. Twitch isn't really the sort of platform to take a hard stance against anything. You know, Twitch never really sits down and goes, hey, calm the fuck down. You know, you guys are thoughting it up too much. You need to cool it. Don't do 12-hour streams in just a bikini where the sole purpose is to bend over and show off your tits. It looks bad on us, right? Maybe it doesn't look bad on them. Maybe their ad numbers are just fine. Maybe it brings in more viewership, and that's why Twitch is completely fine with it. But the number one streamers are still Kit Boga, Hassan Abi, Healthy Gamer GG. Like, it's still people doing legitimately entertaining shows. And it isn't until you get down to like 2,000, 3,000 views that you start to see hot tub streamers. And again, it's only 3 or 4 of them. If we were to go to if we were to scroll down more, there are other hot tub streamers in the lower numbers, but far and few between. Far and few between. You know, I'm specifically looking for hot tubs. There are other. Wait a second. This dude's watching Internet Historian. This dude's watching it in the field. Well, watch my episode in the field, you weirdo.
What are you doing?
Hey, watch my episode next. You think he'll know who I am? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Anyway, there are other girls showing off their bodies, like in cosplay. Some of them are laying on their bed. This one's just laying on the floor. She's not even laying on the floor. Actually, I don't know what she's doing. I think she's doing like push-ups and stuff. Stretching while we chat! ! Patreon. That sort of thing. So there's that. Yeah, I don't know. If you guys are listening to this, if you guys want to find the live stream, leave a comment. You know, leave something in the chat replay. Hey, what's going on, Internet Historian? Let me know what you think. What do you guys think about hot girls on Twitch? What do you think about the hot tub meta? I think I at a level it is ingenious, right? At a level it is ingenious because of the way that they're circumventing the TOS. I do think they're not breaking any rules, but I do think the fact that Twitch isn't taking a stand against it is making it seem as if it's okay. And I think if Twitch makes it a little bit too comfortable for people to, again, I don't think the hot tubs are the issue. I think the fact that the point of the hot tubs is to sell pornography on a website is the issue. Make maybe a shadow not safe for work category like it's 18 plus. That might be the best middle ground. If Twitch isn't just going to outright ban anybody in a hot tub, or just say, you know, listen, you can have the hot tubs. You can have the hot tubs. Just don't advertise your OnlyFans. Don't advertise your pornography. Don't advertise nude artwork, anything of the sort on Twitch, right? It can exist. You can do it. You just cannot advertise it. You know, let it be, you know, let you be in a hot tub. Let you be hot. But you cannot, you know, actively advertise your pornography as a result of that stream. Even something to that tune would be a good stance, would be an okay stance, because bikinis aren't illegal, right? Hot tubs aren't illegal, but it's the context. It's the context that makes it much more risque than it might seem, and it's that context that might be problematic for Twitch going forward. So there's that. The other thing about Twitch, this is sort of off the hot tub thing now. We're moving on to a slightly new thing. But again, if you have anything to say about the hot tub meta, if you've got any comments on it, whatever your take is, I would love to see it in the comments of this live stream. The whole point of the Shpodcast is for discussion, right? The other thing is, I feel like I've only very recently become a Twitch viewer now, right? Resident Evil Village came out just last week, and naturally I did not play it because I'm a giant scaredy cat. Yo, Justin, thanks for the $3, bro. Twitch should just ban water. Yeah, that's a good play. Fuck hydration. I feel like I just became a Twitch viewer like last week, which is a weird sentence. One sec. Which is a weird sentence, but I think it's true. Okay, so Resident Evil Village came out last week. Naturally, I did not play it. You guys know me and horror stuff. I'm not a fan. But one of the people that I was watching on Twitch, his name is Waifu. He's a speedrunner. He speedruns...
What are you doing, step bro?
He speedruns the Devil May Cry games. He speedruns Left 4 Dead 2. And I saw that he was playing Resident Evil Village, so I decided to hop into a stream. And he's not just playing Resident Evil Village. He's already beaten the game on the hardest difficulty on a new game file. 100%ed it, right? He's already, day one, the game's already come out. He's on a 13-hour stream. He's already speedrunning the game, which I thought was captivating. I feel like since Twitch played Pokemon, it was the first time that I felt like I was glued to the screen. I was probably watching Waifu run Resident Evil Village speedrunning tactics for like 24 hours over the course of 2 or 3 days. I was watching him forever, bro. And it's the first time I really felt like a Twitch viewer. And I feel like I learned a lot of things. You know, Resident Evil Village has some interesting speed tech, right? There's a lot of weapon swapping. The fish boss is so difficult in that game that basically the entire run is routed around just keeping enough explosives and ammo to be able to beat the fish boss quickly. You don't kill a lot of enemies because you don't have a lot of ammo when you're playing it on New Game. So he's really just Dark Souls juking around all the enemies to conserve health and ammo, and then only using the sniper rounds that he collects through that entire run on the bosses, right? It's a brilliant watch. I would show him on stream, but he's not running Resident Evil Village. He's been running it for like a week straight. He's currently speedrunning he's doing a marathon. Well, here you go. If you guys want to watch Waifu, here's Waifu streams. But I've been watching him play for way too long, basically. And I feel like it's taught me a lot about being a Twitch streamer, cuz I've been streaming for about a year straight. Little over a year. I've got a few subscribers as of this month at 12 and 13-month subscriptions. Appreciate the support, by the way, boys. And I've been doing my best to try and stream Monday through Friday. It'll be Monday through Thursday now, because Fridays will be the Shpodcast stream live on YouTube. And I've been on the streamer end of things. I've never really known what it's been like to be on the viewer end of things. As a Twitch streamer, I never really watched all that much Twitch. I watch Tyler 1 like every day. But, you know, there's no chatting behavior there. You know, the dude's got 30,000 fucking viewers. Yo, the Latino guy, thanks for the $20, dude. Literally thought this was a premiere, not an actual live stream. Love you, Oni-chan. Yo, appreciate it, bro. I feel like I learned a lot about being a chatter as opposed to being a viewer. But before we sort of get into that, I wanted to sort of talk about the difference between a Twitch streamer and a YouTuber, right? So Waifu was talking about the fact that he has a YouTube channel, and did you say? Oh, sorry. Punk, big, meaty in the middle of his stream, he was talking about the fact that he didn't have a YouTube video ready to go live this week. And I was like, "Oh, dude, don't worry about it. Like, I also do YouTube. I haven't had
What are you doing, step bro?
I also do YouTube. I haven't had a video go live this week. You know, I'm sort of taking a little bit of a break, that sort of thing. I'm trying to, you know, get your bearings. It's fine." And he mentioned that he had his most recent YouTube video edited by a dude. Punk, big, meaty claws. He had his most recent video edited by a guy, and he said that he loved the edit. He thought the edit was very good, but he wouldn't be able to afford to have every video edited by that editor because it would be too expensive. And I chatted, and I was like, "Yo, dude, yeah, editors are pretty expensive, especially, you know, if you can edit stuff yourself. Like, you really shouldn't be paying an editor until you're doing more than one video a week." And he's a streamer, so I was like, yeah, edit one video a week, and then you really shouldn't be paying an editor until, you know, you have a second video that can go live, and you would rather spend that time streaming instead of editing. Boom, now go get an editor, let him do the work, that sort of thing. And Waifu replies by saying, "Oh, dude, I don't know how to edit at all. I don't edit any of my videos." So he's got like 40,000 subscribers on YouTube. He makes speedrunning content, but all of his videos are edited by somebody else, which to me, as someone who's a YouTuber first, is mind-numbing. Blows my mind that anybody would try and build an audience with a different editor. And not like an editor who's much better at you than editing, and you're already making thousands of dollars a month. But like, you don't know how to edit at all is so weird to me, because it feels like the only way to get into YouTube is to know how to edit, right? You can't just be paying an editor like an editor for a 10-minute video. Think about that. 10 minutes with like B-roll and like text, and like, even if you're sending them the footage, if you're sending them a stream highlight, like Waifu isn't doing stream highlights. He's doing like speedrunning content. Like, hey, let me explain how to do a speedrun for a video game. Like, there's specific things you need to show on screen to hey, this is where you active reload. This is how you do this glitch. This is how you death abuse this section, what have you. Like, that all takes time. That's going to be, I don't know, $100+ at least, right? And you're not making that money back unless your video is getting, 30, 40, 50,000 views. His videos do good views, but like, think about how much money you'd be saving. Think about how many more videos you could do. Fuck it. I mean, not even money that you're saving. Like, you need to be able to, I don't know. I feel like you need to be able to do that. And I feel, he says that he doesn't have the time to learn because he's streaming all the time, and he is streaming all the time. But I feel like it's that mentality that really separates the difference between being a YouTuber and being a Twitch streamer. I've always sort of looked at Twitch streaming as a little bit lazy when it comes to content creation. I don't think it's easy. I think streaming for long periods of time is actually pretty difficult. It's not an easy thing to do at all. But it is inherently a little bit lazy for most Twitch streamers. Not the top Twitch streamers that have like a game plan for what they're going to stream. I'm definitely going live 5 days this week. One of them is going to be a subathon. One of them is going to be a cooking stream. If you're doing that much, you're already in the top 1% of like people trying to make sure that their Twitch does well, right? But I do think that the vast majority of Twitch streamers, all they know how to do is stream. All they know how to do is stream. They know how to play a video game, and they know how to riff with their chat. But that's it. And that might be enough to sort of get your bearings and do what you do on YouTube. But I don't think it's going to work out, if you try and transition that to Twitch. I remember Weast tweeted out just the other day, somebody commented on his YouTube video, and they were like, yo, Weast, can you do more scripted content? Like, every one of your YouTube uploads so far has just been a rip from your Twitch stream. Like, can we get something that's specifically for YouTube, something that's more interesting? And we sort of shrugged it off, as he would as a Twitch streamer, I suppose. But it does raise some valid concerns. Like, you know, you see these Twitch compilations on YouTube. You see people like Hassan Abi, XQC, who's the dude who just had that Ludwig, right? You see these guys, they will do a Twitch stream with their chat, and they will do a segment that they know is going to become a YouTube video. Hey guys, today we're doing something crazy. I can't say no to chat. GeoGuessr, but every time I get it wrong, you know, I insert a third butt plug. Whatever the situation is, they do something that they know can be condensed down into an interesting YouTube video. And that makes for respectable content, right? It is an interesting... If you take an hour stream and you cut it down to the best 10 minutes and your aim is to get 10 good minutes out of that hour stream, boom, you did it. Yo, Some Ordinary Gamers, what's going on, bro? If your goal is to cut down your streams into interesting YouTube videos, then you're still a step ahead of what 99% of streamers do, right? But if the only thing you do is stream for an hour on Twitch, give that to your buddy who edits highlights for TikTok, and he for $20 chops it up into a 10-minute, you know, pog fest. It's not gonna keep up with the content that actual YouTubers do. You know what I mean? It just isn't. Like the amount of little tricks that people do to keep you paying attention on a YouTube video, the amount of little nuanced transitions, the amount of audio leveling that goes in to try and keep you focused for 10 minutes just isn't going to be there if the only thing you're doing is cutting down a stream highlight. It's just not going to, you're not going to be able to hang. You're not going to do the same numbers. And Twitch streamers see this all the time because you'll see Twitch streamers not get the same sort of retention on YouTube. You'll name exceptions, I know. You'll name 39daff. You'll name Ludwig, you'll name Tyler1, you'll name, you know, I'm a cutie pie, who get fine numbers on YouTube. Power to them, right? Massive audiences, right? 1 million+ followers on Twitch, every one of those dudes. But for a small streamer, or for somebody whose YouTube isn't as big as their Twitch, or somebody whose YouTube is artificially inflated in sub numbers because all your Twitch followers are subbed, but then it doesn't get artificially inflated in the view numbers because they don't actually want to watch you. Like, think about what that means for Weast, right? Weast had somebody comment saying, yo, can you upload something to your YouTube video that isn't stream content? Upload something that's scripted, right? This is somebody who clearly watches you streaming on Twitch decide that, you know, hey, I don't want to watch this again on YouTube, or this isn't an interesting YouTube video sort of thing. And it makes this disconnect, right? Think back to Waifu. How, in what world, as a YouTuber, I cannot imagine a world where you are a content creator and you don't know how to edit. That just doesn't make sense to me. How is that even possible? You know what I mean? How is that even possible, right? And the reason for that is because on Twitch, you don't need to know how to be a content creator. You don't need to know how to make a clickbait thumbnail. You don't need to know how to be able to title something. You don't need to learn how to grab somebody's attention. You just have to be good at the video game that you're playing. And to be fair, Waifu is extremely good at the games that he plays. He has world record runs on multiple games that he speedruns. He is very, very good at the games that he plays, right? And everybody who's sort of a Twitch streamer first is very, very good at something that they do on Twitch. For Ninja, it was Battle Royales. For Tyler1, it was originally Draven and being toxic, and now it's just generally League, right? I could look through my entire list. Tim the Tatman's Warzone. Anomaly is playing fucking Counter-Strike. Dyrus was known for League of Legends. I'm a Cutie Pie was League of Legends. Trihex was speedrunning. Waifu was speedrunning. Adam plays as a YouTuber. J-Rose is a YouTuber. You know what I mean? Like, the other... I don't know. I feel like there's this big divide between Twitch streamers and YouTubers. I don't think it needs to be that way, but it is that way. Twitch streamers are inherently much more gameplay focused, much more content focused in a way where being interesting for long periods of time and engaging with your chat is sort of rewarded. And I guess it makes sense because, like, if you make a very good 15-minute segment that would be YouTube worthy, right? That still doesn't really make for a good stream. right? Like, even look at this. Like, I don't premiere my videos because I don't think it's worth gathering everybody together to chat and discuss a 10-minute video. I just don't think that's the play, right? I think the only situation where it makes sense to have chat available, where I can see all the messages that you guys are typing, are in a longer form format. In the case of a stream, in the case of a live Shpodcast, whatever the case might be. As somebody where this is my job, right? This is what I do to pay my rent. I think it's important. I think it would be arrogant for me to not do everything, right? I do YouTube. I do Twitch streams, right? I am now even live streaming on YouTube to try and broaden my reach as much as possible, right? I don't think the Shpodcast makes sense to throw it on Twitch. It makes a little bit more sense to go live on YouTube. But, we've got 300 people watching. We've got discussions going on in chat. This is better than a pre-recorded Shpodcast, in my opinion, right? So I feel like this is the right genre for it. But even now, I feel like, I'm not doing enough YouTube videos, right? I feel like I should absolutely be doing more than one video a week. And lately it's been, I've taken like a 2 or 3 week hiatus, just working on stuff in real life. But, I should be doing more than 1 or 2 videos a week, all of which are edited by me, by the way. One of which I could have edited by Carrots, right? Live streams on Twitch. The goal is 4 days a week. I've been pretty inconsistent with that too. Friday live streams on YouTube. Yo, we can call it Fridays with SumitoPie. Huh? Fridays with SumitoPie. He can't sue me because he doesn't do it anymore. Yo, Joe Undead Cookie Monster. Thanks for the $5, bro. Not to mention Twitch straight up just watches YouTube videos with nothing added. No fair use, in my opinion. There's that too. I mean, so that's a good point. So the main thing is that the bar...
What are you doing, step bro?
The bar for content is so much lower on Twitch. I think that really does become sort of the heart of the thing, right? If you go onto YouTube, right, and you were to get a hot girl in a hot tub and she were to just hang out live for 8 hours on YouTube, would anybody give a fuck? Would anybody give a fuck? Nobody. Nobody would give a fuck. But it's because it's not live streamed, right? There are fundamental differences between YouTube and Twitch that I think maybe we should take a quick look at, right? The reason that people think that it's poor form for hot tub streams on Twitch, another reason, right, is because think about it this way, right? It is imperative as a Twitch streamer that you get as many viewers as you can, right? Because the more people that are watching you, the higher up in the ranks that you are on the search pages, right? So the first person they're going to see is going to be the person with the most views. And as a result, you want your number to be as high as possible, right? I would. Okay. Maybe some people would. The main issue with Twitch is that you can't watch more than one person at once, right? Not actively. Typically, you don't have more than one streamer open in a tab. Maybe you do. But the main issue is that, the views are inconsistent. If you jump onto one of my streams, right, I average, let's say 50, 60 people watching me on Twitch, right? Those numbers don't mean that 60 people want to watch me at that time. That number means 60 people are available to watch me at that time as their best option, right? Say Internet Historian were to shout me out on YouTube, okay, which has happened. You can watch Internet Historian's videos and watch my videos. There's no limit to that, right? Why wouldn't you do that, actually? YouTube's got a bunch of good people to watch. Watch Some Ordinary Gamers. Fuck it. Educate yourselves. You can watch all 3 of us. I could tell you to go check out his channel right now. It doesn't matter to my numbers. If anything, it makes it better, right? But on Twitch, you're generally only watching one person at a time. So, for instance, when Internet Historian shouts me out on Twitch, it's very different. Why? Because if we're both live at the same time, now somebody needs to decide which one of us to watch. You can't watch both of us actively, especially if we're playing the same game. You're going to watch one of our experiences and not the other one, right? If we're live at the same time. Your numbers on YouTube can go up and down based on the interest of the topic, but your numbers on Twitch can go up and down based on who's live. There are plenty of people who stream at like 7, 8 in the morning just because they know that Pokemon's not going to be on, Tyler One's not going to be on, Hassan Abi is not going to be on, XQC is not going to be on. And because there's so much less competition when they go live, they get way more viewership because they're a bigger streamer relative to everybody who's available. There are people who end their streams at 2 p.m. because they know Pokemon's going to go live at 2 p.m. And if they keep streaming, they're going to end up with half their viewership, right? So it isn't conducive to more people on the platform. More people coming to Twitch doesn't result in more people watching Twitch for other people, right? The other problem, of course, comes in subscriptions, right? Everybody gets a free subscription, and that pays your favorite streamer, $2.50 or more if they're a partnered streamer. But you can't subscribe to everybody, right? You're paying $5 a month if you're subscribing to me on Twitch. If I recommend 4 streamers that I love, you're not going to subscribe to all of them. And if you do, right, at some point you might stop watching me, or you might stop subscribing to me, and that actively takes away my income. So, there's no reason for me to try and advertise other people on Twitch because it might just affect my viewership, right? It might just affect how many people come and watch me. So in that regard, it does also become sort of toxic for the environment of Twitch streamers if you have streamers that are going for long periods of time and their only goal is to soak up as much money as they can out of their audience, right? Twitch has raids. You're right, Hui Nguyen in chat. Twitch has tools in place to try and expand their audience as a way to try and formulate growth, formulate sort of like a community on Twitch. You can raid, which is when you're done with your stream, you can throw everybody who was watching your stream over to a different stream, and then they'll start watching that stream, or hang out if they want to, or if they don't want to, whatever, right? Stuff like that. And that's, you can gift subscriptions, right? You can pay $5 on someone else's behalf to support a streamer and also try and encourage other people to watch them more. There are tools in place. But the reality of the situation is you're not going to watch everybody. I don't even follow that many people on Twitch, and sometimes I find it a difficult decision to pick who to watch. Right? Just a random account. Thanks for the $5, bro.
What are you doing?
Hey, Sumeto, glad to see you're
bro?
streaming. Hope you're having a great day. I am, dude. First live Shpodcast. Hope you guys are enjoying it. It becomes problematic. It's not a good system on Twitch. It is the system of live streaming, but what do you do? What is the solution there? If there's 3 people live and I want to watch all 3 of them, I can't. I can't. On YouTube, if 3 of my favorite YouTubers upload on the same day, that's a great day for me. I've got an hour's worth of content to watch maybe. Let me go make a fucking sandwich. Let me eat this sandwich. Maybe I make a Cubano. I should get a panini press or something. Toasted sandwiches at home seems like a good idea. But you make yourself a sandwich, you watch the 3 videos. You sit there forever, brain numb, face happy. You know what I mean? What's there to complain about? But if your 3 favorite streamers are streaming, what the fuck do? You got to make a tough decision now. Do I simp for Pokimane? Do I watch Corone? Is it VTubers? Are you 2D or 3D gang? It becomes a tough thing. And as a result, whereas on YouTube, you really can just sort of be yourself. Because at the end of the day, so long as you're being unique, people will want to watch you and they'll watch your stuff in addition to everybody else. But on Twitch, just being unique isn't enough. You have to do so much more to get people to want to watch you. Because you don't just need to be good enough to watch. You legitimately need to be more entertaining than Pokimane, than Michael Reeves, than Trihex, than Anomaly, than all these other people that are streaming, because they need to actively decide to watch you instead of watching these bigger streamers. It's a way tougher dynamic over on Twitch, right? Doesn't help that the Twitch VOD system sucks ass. Yeah, and you have to watch them live. Nobody's going and watching a live, on YouTube, because of the way that I've set this up, you might go and watch this live stream later. I've made it so that it's interesting, right? I've made it so that this discussion exists. I'm going to read the comments, but that isn't the case with live streams, If you're not there to say, Pagu 500X in chat, if you're not there live to talk to the streamer, there's no fucking, what are you going to do? Go back and watch it the next day? Who the fuck does that? Nobody does that. Nobody does that. And even if they do, it's not a good system on Twitch where it's literally the norm on YouTube, right? There's all these differences. So, there's all these differences between Twitch streaming and YouTubing. And it makes me ask 2 questions, right? One, as somebody who does both, what category do I fall into, And yeah, I feel like that's an easy answer. Like, I've been doing YouTube for 3 years. I only really started doing Twitch about a year ago. It's very easy to say that I'm a YouTuber first and a Twitch streamer second, right? But what is the ideal mix, right? Because as a content creator, right, Omega Lol, as a dude who does everything, or everything that sort of fits to him, what is the right piece to have of what, right? Like, I sort of have the worst of both. So the benefit of being a good Twitch streamer is that they stream a lot. It's not necessarily healthy. It's not necessarily conducive to making evergreen content on YouTube, making videos that will last and people will watch over and over again, unlike live streams that people only watch live. It isn't conducive to that. But there is something to be said about streaming for 8 hours a day that gives you a level of consistency that a small streamer might have that a small YouTuber doesn't. You know what I mean? If you're a small YouTuber and you're making the equivalent of like $200 a month, let's say the money is what makes it equivalent, because obviously the number of streamers watching and the number of YouTube views aren't the same, right? If you make $200 a month on YouTube, you're probably making what, like 50,000 views, 100,000 views, let's say. If you make a video every single week, then that would be considered consistent. You'd be doing a pretty good job at being consistent. But that isn't common. If you're only making 50 to 100,000 views a month, you're either uploading way too often or you're uploading like every 3 weeks because you're trying to make like a video essay or something. I've found to be the case with smaller channels of like 40, 50,000 subs, right? But if you take a look at somebody who's making $200 a month on Twitch, if you're looking at somebody like, what's $200 a month? That's like 100 subs, right? 80 subs? That's pretty big. That's quite a few people watching. Those streamers, without question, will stream 40 hours a week. Without question. They are live 5 to 6 days a week. They are streaming for at least 6 hours. Even if it's nothing crazy, even if it's mostly just them hanging out, Googling stuff, watching YouTube videos, they feel the need to be consistent in that regard. They have a time that they go live, right? They have a time that they stop streaming. They know what days they stream. They know what days they take off, without question. It is because streaming is easier to do. Absolutely. It is easier to, you click live and you do whatever. Sometimes you play video games. Sometimes you do other shit. But there is something to be said about that level of consistency. It is definitely, I don't know. I mean, I typically do all of my videos in 1 or 2 days. I edit everything as I go. I record everything as I go. And therefore, if I really wanted to make sure that I got a video out tomorrow, for instance, I could theoretically make that happen. It wouldn't necessarily be to the quality that I like, but I could absolutely make that happen, right? But even then, I miss uploads, right? I'm supposed to be streaming Monday through Friday. You know how many days I've streamed on Twitch this week? I streamed Monday, and that's it. Literally missed every other stream this week. I'm surprised I'm streaming right now on YouTube, to be honest. It is not easy to be that kind of consistency, right? And it's not easy, especially, like, at least on YouTube, you know that if you're posting a video every week, eventually when you do make it, right? When you do have that video that goes viral, when you do that collab with that big YouTuber, whatever the case is, it will be rewarded because they will then have this huge backlog of videos to watch, and then people will end up watching them anyway. I get high and I make videos. Keep it simple. You've got a pretty good method there. You got a pretty good method there, Mutahar. That's not a bad system. That same reward for being consistent on Twitch does not exist, right? If Ninja raids you, if you have a Twitch go viral, a Twitch clip go viral on Twitter, or live stream fails or something, it doesn't matter how consistent you've been behind that point. It doesn't matter how many streams you've done behind that point, right? The only thing that matters is what you do from that point on. The only thing that matters is getting that audience to watch you in that first place. Because nobody watches your old streams. Nobody does anything else. Yo, Cleveru, thanks for the $5. I've never seen your Twitch, but I watch all your YouTube. I was on Twitch and Switch when I saw you were live on YouTube. You're onto something? Yeah. No. Trust me. I don't know what I seem like to you guys, but I actually pay a lot of attention to the sort of content creator ecosystem. I look at Twitch streamers, I look at editors, I look at YouTubers. Yo, CF Angie, thanks for the $15. Appreciate it, my guy.
What
that
are you
is
doing, step
so
bro?
so basically what makes the ultimate content creator? What makes for the most So I guess it's two questions, right? What is the best combination of being a Twitch streamer in terms of consistency and resiliency and live stream entertainment, and what aspects of being a YouTuber in titles, thumbnails, and being able to make a very concise, entertaining piece of content? What is the best combination of those two things as a growing content creator and as an already established content creator, right? Obviously, when you're already established, you can kind of upload whatever you want so long as it's on brand, and it doesn't really matter because you've got the audience to watch you already, right? You don't need 100,000 people to find you every single video, right? If you can get a reliable 100,000 people to watch you every week, and you can do 500 views in a month, 1 million views in a month, that's going to pay your rent no matter where you live, right? And if you're at 2 million subscribers, that's nothing. It'd be almost impossible to not get that kind of viewership with that kind of subscriber base, right? But when you're growing, it's very different. You might not necessarily just be able to upload once a week. God forbid you're uploading once a week and you only get like 8,000 views. Like, you should be uploading 4 times a week if you want to make like livable money. You know what I mean? If that's really your goal. That doesn't exist on Twitch. Streaming as much as you want to on Twitch isn't necessarily going to make you a bigger streamer. Streaming every day isn't necessarily going to make you a bigger streamer. Streaming consistently isn't going to necessarily make you a bigger streamer. Twitch's ability to take streamers who are consistent but small and get them in front of the right audience just is non-existent. They don't have a system for recommending streamers to you the way that YouTube has a system for recommending videos to you, so it's just completely different. I feel like that might sort of be at the heart of what makes Twitch streamers sort of inherently more lazy with their content, I think as a YouTuber, it's very easy for you to spend an hour on a thumbnail or really doing the research to see what would be the best title, because these things are in your control and they do affect the number of views that you're going to get, right? If your video isn't entertaining from front to back, it will get less views than somebody who does make an entertaining video from front to back, objectively, because YouTube judges audience retention. It looks at the merits of what makes your video good and ranks you against other people's notions of what makes their video good, and as a result has a pretty damn good system of figuring out whose video is more watchable than somebody else's video, right? So it absolutely makes sense that YouTubers would get into the habit of perfecting everything about the thumbnail, everything about the title, everything about the video to make it as clickable, as enjoyable, the perfect length as possible. All of that is in their control, and all of that is rewarded if they do it right. That is absolutely not true on Twitch. You could be playing the best game. You could be one of the best dudes streaming it. You could have all the best fancy little buttons. You could have all the best stuff. And it doesn't matter. It absolutely doesn't matter. Twitch does not give a shit. They rank everybody based on how many people are watching them and nothing more. Does not matter at all. You could have the best stream on Twitch, and if there's 10 people watching you streaming it, nobody is going to discover you. And so, why bother? I guess. I guess that does make sense for Twitch streamers to not pay as much attention to these things because, who cares if you do? Who cares if you do learn how to make a very entertaining stream? Who cares if what you do on Twitch isn't lazy and is, in fact, very high-quality, entertaining stuff? If you don't already have a couple hundred people watching you and you're not at the top of a category, nobody's ever going to discover you. And it's only for that one day. If you're not live, nobody's going to go back and watch the super interesting stream from 3 months ago the way that it might end up going viral on YouTube if you do a video 3 months ago. So maybe it's like Twitch stream. Excuse me. Maybe it's like Twitch streamers are a product of their environment more than anything. Maybe it's if Twitch did reward people being more entertaining, or did reward a better thumbnail, or did reward people doing segments on that, then it would be there would be more Twitch streamers who are making more of an effort, the way that you sort of see YouTubers make an effort. You know what I mean? So there's that. That's sort of all I got to talk about. Twitch hot tub controversy is feels like it's just going around and around. Last time it was hot yoga. This time it's hot tubs. Next week it's going to be like Brazilian waxing tutorials. And everybody's going to be like, guys, there's too much vagina on Twitch. And then everybody's doing it. It's like, guys, we're just trying to educate people on how to do a Brazilian wax, you know? Now watch me remove my asshole hairs, right? It's just going to be the same thing over and over again. At some point, Twitch is going to have to step in and do something. I think they've already put out a statement saying that they're not doing anything about the hot tub streamers to deal with it, basically because they're not violating TOS, which is a take. It's not a great take, but it's a take, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know how you guys feel about Twitch hot tub streams. Let me know how you feel about live streaming. If you aren't familiar, I stream Monday through Thursday live on Twitch between noon and 5, so right around this time. Feel free to check me out there if you do actually want to watch me play video games and dick around. The audio version of this and obviously the archive video of this will be available on my channel. I'm going to try and do this every Friday.
Doing, step bro?
I'm going to try and do this every Friday. Yo, thanks for the 400. Again, I don't know what currency that is. I'm going to assume that it's Chinese dongs. Yo, thanks for the Chinese dongs. Some ordinary gamer says, I find if I'm passionate about something, I'll make a video on it. Honestly, if I'm engaged, though, my entire video translates to doing well in the algorithm. Yeah, that's honestly the best position to be in, is to get to a point where your audience wants to watch you for whatever you're passionate about. Hopefully it's relatively on brand. Like, even if it's just like your brand becomes whatever I'm interested in, that's the best position to be in. I think the worst position to be in is actually the opposite, where people are only watching you for the topics that you're covering and they don't actually give a shit what you give a shit about or how you feel about something. And that's the little trap that you can fall in.
Doing, step bro?
Vaslin Velkov, I don't like it when my favorite YouTubers stream on Twitch. I follow them on YouTube and would prefer for them to stream on YouTube. As a viewer, it's much more convenient. Kind of hope YouTube streaming becomes better for creators soon. Yeah, I mean, the big issue is that YouTube streams, people actually watch YouTube streams. This stream that you're watching right now will effectively be a YouTube video. It'll be no different than any other upload on my channel once this is done and uploaded and archived and everything, right? So if you're somebody who wants to play video games, but your YouTube isn't video games, it becomes very difficult for you to sort of play video games and have it archived on your channel because it looks bad. And, you know, if you're growing your channel, you want your videos to be nothing but what people signed up for. So live streams can be a little bit difficult in that case. When I was growing and I only had like 2,000 subs, I remember I would go live a few times playing video games on YouTube, and every time that I went live, I would lose like 100 subscribers, like a lot of people who were just like, fuck it, I didn't sign up for this. I want to see memes, not Sumeto playing Catherine. You know what I mean? Captain CF Angie, I watch YouTube more than Twitch, so I'm happy to finally be able to catch you live. Yo, appreciate it. Thank you, Angie. All right, we're going to call it there. Thank you, everybody, for sticking around. I need to quickly give a shout out to the old Patreon boys, which I will find in just a second. If you guys are watching here, be sure to check me out on Twitch. If you guys want to watch me play video games, I should have a video going up Monday on some TikToks and what have you. So if you guys are waiting on a video, they are there. Let me grab the right tiers. There we go. Big shout out to Finbo Rose, CF Angie, Jack Winston, Joshy's Baked, Regulator 9, Eric Seidel, Paul Rohrbag, Tristan Morgan, Laser Pig, and Munchman. That is the Cash Money meme stream over on Patreon. Thank you for the support. Thank you guys so much for the super chats. I'm going to do my best to keep these a little bit more scripted, so we'll have a little bit more to talk about next time, but I feel like an hour is a decent size for a Shpodcast. Again, audio version will be available on Spotify and iTunes soon-ish. I don't know. I got to edit it together. But we're going to call it there. Thanks for sticking around. Hope you guys enjoyed the first live Shpodcast, and I'll catch you guys Monday, probably.